You see, all of us will be alive to our we should be alive to our responsibility. All of us can lay hands on crime, but the safest way for the ordinary citizen is to alert the security agent. Whatever he perceive, some people might commit crime around this area. We should be alive to our responsibility by alert the security agent. You cannot do it. You cannot do it on your own, except you want to deceive yourself. Not in this part of the world. Though. You can do it elsewhere, but not here, because we all know each other. But you can assist your community, the society, by alert the security agent of impending danger that is looking around.
But some incidents may be somehow impromptu or accidental, but possibly before you call the police who are a little bit further from our place and the suspect might go, then what should be the duties of the immediate environment of the scene?
That is why technology was needed. That is because if every sort of society were well combed by technology, whatever crime that is being perpetrated in the area will be well recorded, and you know who came to do the evils. Then it is now the duty of security to now trail them and arrest them.
But can you look at this? Possibly some people can just hold the suspect before the police come, or we should be looking at just call the police.
If you have the power and you have the means, if you have the power and the means of getting some people to assist you, you can do that. But it is dangerous. You should not endanger your life, because you don't know how many of them are knocking around the corner. The best bet is to alert the security agent. And if the government now deploy technology, it will be better assist our people, so that technology will record whatever that is going on in every nook and cranny of the state. So it gives a little or seamless effort to nip the crime on the bank.
Like the one that happens in some places, like banks.
Yes.
But this is the camera that we want to recommend. I think so. To what extent can it help?
It helps a lot, except you want to do yourself. Even some of us using this iPhone in recent time, you see some people recording from a far away, and they are recording. We work for the security agent. So if government now make use of that technology, deploy them in all nook and crannies of the state, especially the volatile area, then criminals they were afraid of coming to us.
But when you look at the prices of these CCTV cameras, actually it is the price cannot be more than lives, but it is out of reach for a common person.
There is nothing my brother. There's nothing that is out of reach. We are talking of security. We are talking of life and property. We're not talking of life alone. We're talking of life and property. Then there is no amount of money that will be out of place for government to invest to secure their people. It is the duty of government. You see, it is constitutional duty of every government to protect life and property of their citizens and welfare of the people. Providing these cameras is part of the welfare of the people. If you do it, you are protecting your citizen, and at the same time the property of the government too. So it can be out of reach for government. It may for individual. You see, there are some individuals who have to do it. You see some private houses that they have it. Some private businesses they have camera, but the masses, they may not be able to afford it, and that was the reason why government should be able to do the needful on this.
But in Kogi State, we can remember about 2 months ago, the governor wanted to provide all these things. But when the House, that is the state parliament, when they realized the amount they are going to venture into it, they didn't allow it. Then what is your own contribution to that?
There should be synergy in government. The legislature and the executive, they should work hand in hand. It is the life and property of their citizens we are talking about. There is no amount of money that is too much to secure life and property of our people. We are governing the people. We are governing because there are people in the state. That is why we are governing. We can't go to the forest now and say we are governing the forest. We are governing the people. So we must mobilize everything that will make life meaningful for our people.
I know that the governor of the state understands because he happens to be somebody who has gone far in the news and kind of. I want to recommend this, all these CCTV camera and some other gadgets to our new governor.
Yes, it's okay because whatever gadget that can secure our people is a welcome development. Because governor, he has traveled far and near, he has traveled far and wide, and he knows what it takes to secure people in the United States of America. He lives in America now, and he knows what it takes for government to provide security for their people there. The governor should bring that weight of experience to bear in Osun. Secure the life and property of our citizens and provide welfare for our people. The people of Osun, they were not an ingrate. If you can give them a level playing ground, give them an environment that was so secure that business can thrive, they will be grateful to you.
And do their duties to the
They will do their duties to the state.
Look at it, federal government, that is about a few hours in the past, the federal government banned the use of fireworks, and we are in the season. And even we have learned that a particular governor that is in this state used to do it. Then how can you marry the two together? Federal government banning it. Then some people, it is for welfare, that is it is act of merriment. Then to the banning, then the merriment that is
the federal government, they know the reason why they are placing ban on it. You see, to secure people, it requires a cool and level-headed atmosphere. So if the government think the atmosphere is not conducive for the using of fireworks this time around, so be it. When certain governments are using it, then they were using it for funfair. They were using it to celebrate, and it is the trademark worldwide that they do the crossover via fireworks. But if our environment doesn't allow it this time around, we should cut our coat according to our cloth, not to our size again. We should be able to look at it from the angle that, okay, our environment is no more peaceful, it's no more secured, so that people can use fireworks to even perpetrate crime. So that was the reason why some government want to place ban on it. So if our security can assure us that, we are allowed to our responsibility and we're going to secure you, then no problem.
But can't we look at it from this angle? Our children, they are used to it every year. They are used to it. It is a source of enjoyment and entertainment. Then why can't we have it as limiting it or giving restrictions?
You see, even banning it, the government has said they were banning it. They want to minimize it. We should tell ourselves the plain truth. You cannot ban such a thing outrightly. At this unitary season, you can't buy it. But the word bans means they want it to be minimized so that it won't cause crisis or havoc or recurring havoc on our people. That's what.
Okay, I want you to look at the issue of this one is feminine in future. When you look at recently, that is about starting from last week till this particular week, we are recording more child abuse, that is in form of a 75-year-old person having intercourse with a 4-year-old daughter. Then what daughter, even some relative, but some daughter, then what do you think that might cause such a thing?
You see, so if you cut them, you will say it is the devil. To me, they have criminal minded, because how can a person, a grandfather, now thinking of raping his or her own
daughter,
even granddaughter,
a minor
for that matter, it is ungodly. It is uncalled for. Government should place a severe punishment to whoever does that type of things. It is alien to our own culture here. What they were trying to introduce. So government should be alive to their responsibility by making sure that the enabling law that will make sure that this thing was eradicated in our society were passed.
Before we go on the program, the commissioner for police in the state of Osun, that is Falaye that we know, has been transferred now. And then, just only within 2 months, then what do you think might cause it?
Well, except the IG want to explain the reason why he transferred him, I won't guess on that. Because it is the duty of the Inspector General of Police to transfer, do the posting of CP. Now that they said,
please let us have a short break. After that one, we are going to come back to the program. Security in Bloglio is the main concern of everybody in Nigeria. Alert on security is sacrosanct. OSBC Television Channel 32 UHF Ileawiye Okibale Osogbo. Back on security, as I told you that we were going to have two guests. The second guest is much around the studio. That is comrade Folabi Said. You are welcome. I hope that was important.
Good evening, viewers at home.
We are still recommending security tips to the governor. Then, what's your own contribution?
Well, no serious government wants its government to be destroyed by miscreants. So I believe the governor will do everything in his capacity to make sure that there is no security breach by the hoodlums in the state or any garage boys. So I believe, because I think last week on Monday we had some issues in the town that there are some garage boys want to take garage by force. But the governor took a very good action by calling the security operative to take charge, and since then I believe the state has been peaceful since then.
Yes, comrade has recommended some gadgets to the government for the protection of. Then I want you to put more contributions.
Some gadgets like CCTV cameras will be very useful, but you know the government has not stabilized. So I believe with time the governor will put that in place as well in some key places, like maybe like Olaya, all those anywhere there's traffic light and some other places. The governor will put in CCTV to capture movable and how things go in the town. I think that is another best gadget.
Okay, let me come back to Comrade Lawa. Yes, you were talking about humanity. That is something that sounds somehow mental in nature. And aged, a grandfather, as you describe, having something with any minor.
Well, you see, it is appalling that a supposed grandfather is having carnal knowledge of his own grandchildren. It's uncalled for. Government should make sure that our laws functions effectively on all this, so that it will serve as deterrence to others. Because how can a 75 years old man is raping a 4 years old? It's too bad.
Coming about that is last week. There was a Ekiti state to be concerned wants to establish a feminine court that will be taking care of such a thing. Do we need it?
Of course, we need it. There should be a law guiding that.
A special court.
Yes.
Taking care of female.
Of course, we need it. It's very important. because the situation is getting out of hand. Seeing father raping his own daughter, grandfather raping his own grandson or granddaughter is happening. So we need it. It's a very good one. So that anyone caught culpable should be dealt with according to the law. So it's a good idea. I support that.
Yes, let's look at the issue of campuses. There are some campuses without
campuses out on the campus.
But we discovered that actually the proprietor, that is the government or the private owner, they always prepare some other things. But the issue of undergraduate, firstly, the school getting missing, then later on found dead. Then what can we do to stop that incident, such incidents?
You see, it is not only in the campuses. I don't know that's where we are going, where you are going there. You see, ritual killings is too rampant now, and that was one of the reasons why I'm trying to recommend that government should deploy technology to trace all those criminal-minded elements in our society. You may be moving together, you don't know their minds, but if there is technology that is monitoring each and every one of us movement, definitely, even if he has succeeded in committing that crime, the technology will display him and cut him at the act. So then the security agents will have a seamless effort to get him arrested.
I come before we go out of the studio. Some times ago, about 3 months ago, that is the PPRO of in Lagos State. He dressed in mufti, then driving on the road, then discovered that some police were still extorting people. Then, what do you have for the police? Who are the operatives?
I commend the PPRO of Lagos State for taking such action, and other senior officers should follow suit, in the sense that there are a lot of bad eggs in the security staff, and not only the police, even you can mention them. There are a lot of bad eggs among them, but if their senior officers can dress in a way that they would not know, so that they can get anyone involved in any bad attitude or extorting someone. So I think that the people of Lagos should be commended, and others should follow suit.
Thank you. I want to appreciate we cannot whip everything today. I believe that we are still going to have another time to do justice to any security issue relating to start from the state to the national level. And I want to appreciate Comrade Lawal for coming on the security.
Thank you for having me.
Likewise, Comrade Said Afolabi. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Each and everybody who watched this program. I'm Adebisi Abijele Adewale. Bye for now. Security in Bloglo is the main concern of everybody in Nigeria. Alert on security is sacrosanct. OSBC Television Channel 32 UHF Ileawiye Okibale Osogbo sensitizes you through a program, Security and You, on Mondays between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the evening. Members of the public are allowed to contribute meaningfully to save you and me from the headache. Make a date with the anchor Abdul Jalil at DBC on this channel. Security experts, Security and You. Hey, you must watch. Join us.
Bàbá lọ́jà yàlájẹ́ oníṣòwò kéékèèké pẹ̀lú oníṣòwò ńláńlá. Ẹjọ́ TV channel o lè jọjà yìí tàyẹ sọ fún wọn. OSBC lókè balẹ̀ yìí channel 32 UHF náà lẹ̀ sọ. Channel 32 UHF ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wá síbẹ̀ wọn. OSBC channel 32 kì í náà ṣe níbẹ̀ gan òjijì tún lè ṣàdùnfẹ́ ṣe ọmọ. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àsìkò ní àjọyọ̀ àjò. Gbogbo kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n lọ́lọ́kan òjò kan. Àwọn orin àsìkò tó tún bá gbà mú gidi. Má ṣe publicity fún business tí a jáwó. Ìwọ lọ rí wọn tún lè ṣàdó bàbá ọgbọ́n. Ṣòkòrò kí lókè balẹ̀ náà wà o. Ṣòkòrò kí lókè balẹ̀ náà wà o. òwe bàbá owó.
Kérésìmesì ọdún ayọ̀.
ọdún dé o ẹ jẹ́ ká yọ̀ ẹ̀mí wa aṣọ ọkọ ẹ o.
Kò sí àní-àní pé afẹ́fẹ́ ọdún kérésìmesì tí ń fẹ́ lọ́tún lọ́sì bọ́dún kérésìmesì ṣe ń súnmọ́ ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ àtàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ OSBC dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún àánú àti ìpamọ́ rẹ̀ látẹ̀sí bí a ṣe wá ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ la mọ rírì ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ yìí tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa tẹ̀ ń wò wá tẹ̀tún ṣonígbàwó ètò kan tàbómi ìlọ́dọ̀ wa àwa ń fi àsìkò yìí rán yín létí pé ìgbìmọ̀ tí iléeṣẹ́ OSBC gbé kalẹ̀ fọdún kérésìmesì àtọdún tuntun ti ṣàgbékalẹ̀ onírúurú ètò fọdún kérésìmesì àtọdún tuntun bíi pàtàkì bíi Jésù ọ̀rọ̀ ìyànjú ọdún kérésìmesì àfihàn bàbá kérésìmesì àpèjọ ọdún kérésìmesì àìsàn ọdún kérésìmesì àkànṣe ètò fáwọn èwe ìsìn ìdúpẹ́ ọdún àtàwọn ètò míì bẹ́ẹ̀ lówó tí kò gúnpá àwa ń rọ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba lájọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ilé ìjọsìn àti olóríjorí láti wá aṣọ onígbàwọ́ àwọn ètò wa gbogbo lórí rédíò wa 104.5 FM ilé àwíyé òkè bálẹ̀ òṣogbo OSBC TV lórí Star Times 113 àti Free TV 502 tó fi mọ́ New Dawn TV channel 22 UHF ìbòkun gbogbo àwọn ètò wọ̀nyí lẹ́yìn máa gbọ́ tá ó sì máa rí wò lórí ìtàkùn ayélujára fẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ pè alága ìgbìmọ̀ ọdún kérésìmesì àti tọdún tuntun ti iléeṣẹ́ OSBC sórí nọ́mbà yìí 0803 395 9859 0803 395 9859 àkú ọdún àkú ìyèdún ojú wa yóò máa rọ́dún.